Yellow. I'm Jeff, 55, with the appliance hospital. If you're watching this video, you probably have an LG compressor replacement that requires a software update. We're going to cover the procedure in some detail. If you want to skip forward to the procedure, jump ahead to the time shown on the screen. So this is the JIG update tool. It's orderable from the tool room. It should automatically be ordered on any LG compressor job, but it's a good idea to get one for truck stock because you'll need to update software anytime you install an FLS075 style compressor or anytime you replace a main control board on a unit that's already had the software update, because replacement boards come with the original software. Here is what's in the box. We have several obstructions, the JIG programmer itself, and a Y cable. Quick rundown of the JIG. It has an internal battery and several ways to charge it. Red LED shows that it's charging. On-off switch, switch it on. Battery voltage is shown in the upper right-hand corner. Anything below 3.7 volts, charge it. Micro SD card holds the new firmware images. Dip switches, leave them like a speed bump and forget about them. A button, just like a check-off play, that'll be important later. And at the end, a 7-pin Molex. The Y cable also has a 7-pin Molex. That goes there. You'll use one of the other connectors on the Y cable to plug into the main control board. Which one you use depends on the board that you have. Find the main control board. It may be on the back or on the top of the unit. Look for a 5-pin connector labeled CON 202. Typically it's near a corner of the board. Look for the 5 pins to be labeled. Pin 1 is marked with a triangle. If pin 1 is labeled TX, you'll use the white Molex. If pin 1 is labeled VCC, you'll use the red Molex. It's worth stressing the point that it's kind of important to use the correct connector. Using the wrong one will overheat the inverter IC, as shown here, which is not great. Step 1. Unplug the fridge. Pin 1 is TX, so we will use the white Molex. Plug the correct Molex into the board. Switch the JIG on. Press the button until the JIG beeps twice. Wait 30-45 seconds until the screen displays MCU info. Press the button again. The screen should show model info. Press the button again. And the JIG should now show downloading status. When the download's complete, the screen should show upgrade complete and checksum match. And we're done. Switch off the JIG and disconnect from the main control. A couple final points to bring up. So the JIG will power up the main board for programming. So again, the fridge needs to be unplugged. The JIG holds 7 different firmware versions and will automatically choose and upload the correct version for the board in question. So some versions will take slightly longer and may display different prompts, but the procedure is the same. Keep pressing the button until firmware uploads and then shows complete. And the timing of the button presses is not at all critical. The JIG will ignore any button presses when it isn't ready for one. So you can press the button constantly, repeatedly. It won't hurt anything, it just won't do anything until the JIG prompts you for input. And when installing the FLS075 compressor, the 3-pin compressor connector will need to be rotated 1/3 of a turn towards you. Only 2 of the pins on the compressor are connected to the winding. Ohm them out and rotate the connector accordingly. If I've left anything out, or if you have any questions, feel free to call, text, or rocket me, Jeff55, and good luck.